trouble with the curb. Always in the backseat singing like a bird. Oh no, take me to the good life. Stranger on the mountain, hanging on your words. Walking in the night where everything is blurred. Oh no, take me to the good times.
I used to be so beautiful, now look at me. My actions are unbeautiful, it's clear to see. Come on and step out of the cage. Turn a chapter, turn the page. I'll take my
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day for me. Long day. So, what we're going to do, we're going to come in here. We're going to talk about some things that are going on. And I'm not going to make it a super long night like we've done before. But, yeah. Oh, we got people saying, ouch. Touch me. What? Yeah, we're really getting some serious stuff over here. We got Terry watching over there from YouTube. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Glad you're able to pick us up on YouTube. Glad to see you. Oh, and we got D Monkey Murray. Bite me. Oh, well, don't be teasing me like that, because you never know. She actually says, listen to them pipes. I know them pipes are just wow. I got one in here that you hear the pipes on it. It'll just scream. So, yeah, trucking to the trucks. You showed. I know. Well, while we're talking about that, I got one more for you to show you. And I'll play this one, and then we'll come back to the main topics, because we are going to talk about the stuff that's going on in Canada too, and what's going on around here, and what's fixing to happen next week. So just to let you all know. But I am going to play this video, and I'm going to let Miss V have her little come and get some.
It's my mind. Where I come from, you work until it's done, and you crack a cold beer, cause you've been up before the sun. Sometimes it's hard to be a man. When times get tough, you always gotta have a plan. Well, it's tough right now, gas prices to the sky. So many people lost and only God knows why. We fly the flag high, it ain't never come.
How'd you like that, Miss V? There you go. Now there's something that's good. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's late, and I just got done eating dinner and trying to get some of this ready. I actually had to work some today, trying to do some electrical work on a buddy of mine's truck, and that we figured out what the problem is. So I will be going back over there tomorrow to finish it up. So try to help him out, take care of him. That's what drivers do, and that's what friends do. We try to help each other out and do what we can. I know my overalls keep kicking me one way or the other. Yeah. Oh, hillbilly himself. Yeah. Just saying. I am a natural person. I can actually be human sometimes. But as I said, let's get with back to the comments. Samantha says, evening, y'all. Prayers for the American convoy. Hope Biden doesn't try anything of that emergency power BS. I definitely try to avoid any donations online. Yeah, because they are going after everybody and everything on this. And this stuff is really, really, really it's gotten out of hand. Oh, and by the way, if you all seen the video from when the police were pushing back up there in Canada and the horses trampled the woman is okay. Nothing major broke, but she is okay and doing better than what she was earlier. And I'll leave it at that. And I do have that. Mr. John Freaks, Mr. Teddy Bear himself, Mr. Man of God. Mr. John Freaks says, good afternoon, good evening, at hello, my brothers and sisters of the highway. Well, hello, Mr. John Freaks. Try to stay warm, you teddy bear, you. We got new people. I don't want to screw up names because I am really bad with names. But it looks like Mustafa Alawa. I don't. Alargo. Alarqua. I don't want to mispronounce it. I don't want to screw it up. Says, hey. I know. Don't I look like the hillbilly? Yeah, appreciate it. And John says, yep, she's just fine. Just fine. And Samantha is, I am disgusted that vets got arrested. You know, and that's what I'm saying. I want to get to a little bit of this. I've been watching it, and Thursday was the start when they started calling in the tow trucks. Thursday, they arrested one of the leaders. Actually, Wednesday, they arrested one of the leaders. And then yesterday, they arrested another leader. And then now they got the banks canceling all the funds, going after the people that donated. It don't matter if you donated $5. They're going in. They're trying to shut your account down. They're doing everything. And if you see what's going on there, don't think things won't happen here like that. Because if you know, if you understand, Joe Biden and a few of the senators have told Trudeau what to do by canceling insurance, which they're doing, pulling registrations, done it, have the trucks towed, doing it under an emergency act. I'm just telling you, it was all peaceful until that got invoked. And then it was the police department, because the police chief resigned. Then the second police chief resigned. Well, yeah, this is what's going on. This is what we're getting. And this is how things are going to be turning out here. Let me go back up here. Mr. John Freese says, are we doing a show? If so, I'll be back in a little bit. I have to go pay for my parking at the Pull-Away, Washington. Pull-Up, Washington. It's almost like Pull-Up, Washington. Not trying to make fun, but it does come out funny. And then I got the Key Star Witness right here. But Dunn told me he wants a steering wheel. I got a steering wheel. We're looking for a big steering wheel. You got a big steering wheel? Because I know all you got is a little 14-incher there. But you're okay. Good evening, Mr. Glenn. Glad to see you're in here. Oh, and count on July. Yes, sir. July has been written in the books. Yes, sir. And just to let you know, I do have some lists for truck shows, and I am going to announce that. Matt's is in a couple of weeks. I will be going to Matt's. There's another one coming out in. I know May. I know April's got Wildwood. They got a big thing going on down there. There's also one in May. I believe Tony Justice is putting that one on. That is one he's doing himself with I believe it's got some would do with the breast care awareness. So that's going to be put on. That's May 7th and 8th, I believe. I have to recheck all of it. But I'm just giving you the months of what's going on. That one's in May. June is semi-casual. Then we got in July, we actually got a 2-day event there in Norton. Instead of it being a 1 day, it's a 2-day deal. It's actually going to be pretty sweet. And Mr. Gabe Shelton, if you're out there, sir, please give me a holler after the show or give me a call tomorrow. I'd like to talk to you, sir. Make sure you're okay. Everything's doing good. You are a vet, and I want to make sure that our vets are doing great. And I know you're a dear good friend of mine, so I want to make sure everything's okay. Mustafa says, don't think they are done in Canada. We are regrouping and headed to Quebec. Ottawa is shut down. Don't believe everything you hear. Everyone that got arrested has been let go, and if they leave downtown Ottawa within 4 hours. All right, I can understand that, but it still don't stop them from where they sat there and used the horses to trample that elderly lady that was with the walker that could barely stand, and the one that was next to her and someone else. I did see that with my own eyes, so seeing is believing. What's up, Mr. Joe Washer? Hello, brother. Good to see you in here tonight. Yes, sir. I know it's late, Miss V, but and by the way, I will say this out there for Miss V, which is the Monkey E. Murray. I feel blood has to be shed. History's repeating itself. Yes, it is. It very is. It's definitely doing that. But I will, before I switch hands and forget and not mention it, I know I'm running a little slower on the comments, guys. Just deal with me, but I am going through them. We are talking about them. Ms. Vicky and we are going to be working sometime tomorrow afternoon. Ms. V, it will have to be after 2 p.m. for me because I do have to do some things in the morning, like give the government their money for taxes. Just saying, I got to do all my tax paperwork and everything tomorrow morning and get all that crap out of my way. But Ms. V has got a show that she is going to produce on the Trucking with V platform, and we are going to try to merge not only hers and ours together for this special guest that she's got coming on. It will be for Monday at 6 p.m. So I'm just letting you guys have a heads up that she is promoting this and putting it on. And the person is very highly educated, well known, and is a trucker. And I'll let her go on for details on that, but I ain't going to give it all out because that's her program, not mine. I just know the inside workings. So that's what we got going on for Monday. So I wasn't going to really do one tonight because of that was going to be done on Monday, but I figured I need to get on here. We need to talk about what's going on with Canada. We need to know what's going on here because I do know as of February the 23rd, which is just Tuesday, 3 days away, the convoy starts. for the United States. And what we're seeing up there is what we don't want to happen here. And we want everybody to be peaceful that's joining in, that's going on with it. We want it to be peaceful, just like they did in Canada and what they're doing. How our government's going to play it out, I don't know. I know there's issues behind it. Things may be popping up. And I'm going to try to keep it myself, because this last weekend we started getting into it hot and heavy on the show about this, on this podcast, and we ended up getting booted. We actually got put on silence. So yeah, they're doing their part here in the United States too. And that's what I'm saying. Mr. John Freese sits there and says, what Justin Trudeau is doing is totally illegal. Yes, we already know this. He is pulling every string that he can as a dictator out to push his way around, because he's scared. Because the whole country is turned against him for what he's done, and still won't release what he's doing. It won't quit. Same like the governor in freaking California doing the same. And what's going on in New York, same crap. It's just, at least people can leave from there and go somewhere else and not have to deal with it. But they're having to deal with it because it's in the whole country and it's all the way across. And Trudeau is being a dictator because his favorite person is Val Castro. Just saying. That's who he idolizes. And Miss Samantha says, yep, you're right. History repeats itself, and it's sad. But, hey, sometimes it's not all sad. It's not all sad. Because sometimes when history repeats itself, it wakes up the other ones that ain't paid attention. And when it comes back around, they're like, oh, my God, we should have been doing this. Yeah. So sometimes in history, repeating itself can wake up people and put it back on the right path. But we know how history can go. It can go either way. Man, I really hate screwing up. It's Mustafa, I believe it is. It says, don't believe the resign BS. They got fired because they refused to follow orders. Well, that's what I figured. But I'm just saying, they reported both of them resigned. But I already figured they got fired because they were standing with the people and not with the government. They didn't want to deal with it. And I can understand that 100%. Mr. Glenn says, sounds good. I parked at the dock in the Galveston, Texas. I load in the morning. Sweet brother. Means that Volvo is actually getting some sunshine and getting a little roadworthy. It's nice because, when it sits at home, it's a Peterbilt. But when you finally get it moving around a little bit, it knocks the dust off and turns into a Volvo. Mr. Dave Newland, glad to see you. I know you're working, brother. I don't know how many tanks you got to do tonight, but I am glad you are watching, listening. If you're driving, listening. If you're working, watch when you can get a break or do your normal thing. And as Miss V smiles and loves and hugs and kisses. Yes, Miss V, we all love you. Shadrach Smith, what's up, brother? How's it going? I tell you what, it's going. It's tired. I've been playing with burnt wiring all day, trying to get things done, trying to fix a man's truck for him, make sure everything goes right like it should. And yeah, now that we figured out what the cause was, I mean, if you guys are going to do any wiring in your truck, make sure the wiring is no smaller than a 14 gauge wire. Anything smaller than that, it burns too hot and it can't handle the load that's going through that truck. So just to let y'all know, I'm having to go through and wire a couple of fuses, a couple of switches, some other stuff that's running inside there, a couple of lights. What happened was they turned on the floodlights to run the truck for a night job, and the lights got too hot pulling too much of a load. And when it pulled that much load, in the way whoever did the wiring kind of had it wrapped and then zip tied. So when it burnt the rest of what it was tied to. And there was like 7 different toggle switches, one to the mini drop axle or for the drop axle on the truck. And it got took and got a couple of airlines you got to fix. But I mean, they're easy. But if you guys do it, make sure the wiring's done right. Because if not, you can run down the road, hit a bump, and you'll burn your truck down while you're in it. So I'm just saying. And it's not that it's this guy's fault. It's just the way they received the truck and thought everything was right until they went to use the switches and it just ended up short circuiting and causing a little bit of electrical issue. Lucky it didn't catch on fire. It just burnt the wiring in that one section. Mr. Michael, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I seen you this morning too, but it's good to see you here. As long as you're staying safe, and I do hope you get that. I do. And Miss Vicky says, all about control, Mr. Freeze. It's all about control. Well, if you remember in the movie with Batman, Mr. Freeze, he was in control too. Just saying. And I'm just sharing the love too, Miss V. And I know what you mean. And Mr. Joe says Biden might go easy on the truckers. He used to be one. Yeah, that's too funny. Yep. And since we're bringing up that comment, should I bring up this one? Since we all know he's a trucker. He is a trucker. I think we ought to. Where is he at? Nope, that ain't the one. I was about to play the wrong one. Here it is. He was a trucker.
This is a house shrinker. Anybody got a copy?
That's a Big 10-4, good buddy.
Where's the Big 10-4 at? I can't see it. I can't see it either. Where's the Big 10-4 at? Is it next to that sign that says 5-5? Hey, Eastbound, you got your ears on?
Copy that! What's your 20, good buddy?
I'm at your chicken coop. Keeping an eye out for Smokey.
Oh my gosh, guys. I've totally looked everywhere. Where is the Big 10-4?
It's not easy on the road. Every time I grab the stick shift and switch gears, I miss Michelle.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to be a truck driver. So, you were not a truck driver. Hey, come on, man. I got more miles in reverse than you got going forward. Ain't that the truth? So, how you start this thing? All right, guys. Let's go rescue Justin. I'm on my way. Me too.
I knew they'd come and help me, eh? So, is truck driving like bartending?
You know, it never fails. Us Democrats have to fix everything. So we're packing up our trucks, spending way too much money for diesel. Thanks, Joe Biden. And we're headed to Canada to save Justin.
I'm not hiding, eh? This just happens to be one of my vacation houses, Hoser.
Damn, Joe! We really did it! It feels good to be back in the truck. Hey, wait a minute. Where the hell am I? Watch out, guys. We got a city taking pictures. Oh, come on, man. Now I miss my cat.
Hey, Bill! You got a copy?
Nope, but I got a Monica sitting in my passenger seat. Hey, Eastbound, what you leave over your shoulder?
Well, let me see. Benghazi? My 33,000 emails? The Clinton Foundation?
Copy that, rubber ducky. Is that a truck stop? Yep, that's Epstein's truck stop.
All right. I'm gonna get me one of them lot lizards.
That's just Joe being Joe.
Every time I touch it, I miss you, Michelle.
Eastbound is down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna save Justin from Canada.
Hey, hurry up, eh?
Yeah. So as you heard, he used to be a truck driver, and he's glad to be back in a truck again, as you say. Yes, Glenn, I seen that. You're gonna have to give me a minute. I'll get that put back in there. But yeah, Joe. Yeah, see, you're right. Biden might go easy on truckers because he used to be one. He said, "That's right. Ain't no joke." Yeah. What's up? John Free says his ratings have dropped down to 92%. Want him? Yeah, they want him out. Yeah, I mean, Joe, they say Trump, his ratings was like a 32, 35 is what they're saying he is on the Richter scale. And he just surpassed that on Friday. Joe Biden actually is below that. So, yeah, just saying. And as Ms. Monkey says, people are still good. Yes, they can be good. And there is still some good people out there. Do you have a video from Germany where the police are their shields down and walked off? No, I did not. Like I said, John, I did not have time. I worked today. I did not get time to go down and download most of these videos and put them in here for this show. We're going over it. We're talking about it. Like I said, I was busy today. I don't get to sit around at home every weekend, but there's some weekends I do. And Dave says he's off tonight. Well, good, brother. I'm glad you're off and you're keeping warm and you're with the family and you get to watch me be a goof. Yes, appreciate it. Love you too. Monkey says, thank you for all that you do. You know what, Ms. V? With you and your schooling and doing your trucking videos where you sit there and you show people on how to do things differently and show them new ways of doing things. We appreciate you because that is what's needed. More veteran drivers teaching the new drivers, because now we got 18-year-olds that are coming out here into this field. So, yeah. And I just happened to see another thing on there that they passed something that they can get up to 50,000 new drivers in the next 3 months that can drive. I'm just saying. This is what's going on. What's up, Mr. Malachi? I am sorry I have not gotten that video up, but yes, I will get it up there. Is there going to be a truck show up in Michigan? Yes, there's going to be, from what I understand, there's going to be 3 of them this year in Michigan. So there will be 3 of them. So just keep your eye out. And if I do get them, I will post them on the page. I got some of them that are posted. I got a buddy of mine, Steve. He's posted a few of them because he's keeping up with it more than I can at this moment, because we're getting more and more stuff that's coming out. But yes, there is 3 of them that I know of right now that are going to be in Michigan. Let's see. What's up, Mr. Cedric? What's up? Oh, man, we got a long one on here tonight. Had a 2000 was a start, keep shutting engine off, and it wouldn't start back up. It would wanted to. I never found what it was, but it's Friday, quit, and wouldn't start back up. I finally found it, but when you tested the breaker, it showed good, but I changed the one out at a time and finally started back up and never did it again. I went through every wire under the dash and under the cab and the hood, and it was yeah, dead serious. It's a headache. When you're talking about wiring and doing stuff like this, it can be a nuisance, because 90% of the trucks now, your newer ones, they do have color codes. Now, when you go back, well, and you said that was a 2000, so yeah, it's in the same theory that it don't have the exact same color codes, and they're usually black or white. Same thing on this 95 379. It's the same thing. They're all white. As old as it is, some of the tags have fell off certain parts of the wires, so it's really, really hard to figure out what is what. But it's always nice to be able to have a electrical diagram that pulls up. You can actually go look it up. Peterbilt does have it on their website. You just have to dig for it. And I dug it for that one because it's a 95 on that. I think Western Star should have the same thing on the wiring schematics for it. Just saying, but I'm glad it was a pain. I know it was, because trust me, I spent 4 hours trying to fish out where that wire was wired into and what it was for and where it was going. And then when I did, I fished down 3 other different avenues and found out that one had an issue, another one had an issue. So that's why I'm going in, and tomorrow morning it'll be rewired, new wire, new connectors, straight to itself. It won't be split or spliced. Yeah, don't need all that headache. And Malachi says, "Hey Lefty, how are you doing tonight?" I'm doing good. I'm tired, man. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Been up doing a little bit of work here and there and doing things I had to do here at the house, and then went and was helping a buddy out on his truck, which I'll be back there to finish up tomorrow. Yeah, so you see it. If I don't look as quick and as fast as I usually do, it's because I'm tired. Emery, Hot Rod, Macklin. Was that the TTV administration joining the howdy? Hey, well, we are more than glad to welcome you in, sir. We are glad to have you. Glad you're joining in, and we appreciate it. Anybody that comes in from other groups, let me know. We're more than glad to have you in and participate. Join in with the comments. If things are something you want to talk about, you can always leave a comment. I'll look at it, and most of the time I usually put out a link in the pages, so that way if you do see it and you want to come on and join and talk about what's going on or what you're doing or what your company's doing or group, yeah, I usually do that so people can come on and join and speak what they have and let everybody else hear, and people can leave comments and go from there. And that's the way we do it. Hi, Miss Della Hoover. Good to see you tonight, dear. Yes, and I'm definitely registered for Matt's, and I can't wait to get up there with Trucks of Room to Spare. And you get a chance, tell Miss Shelley I said hi. And I'm sorry I haven't called her in the last few days to a week. Been doing other things, and other things have been on my mind. And I'm just sorry I ain't had a chance to get back with her and talk to her. But just let her know I love her, and I will be in touch. Yes. Petition about parking change.org _ change.org. Yes. And that's another thing that they're doing. They're trying to get what Miss V is putting on Monday. And it's going to be a lot about parking areas, restrooms, stuff that there's groups that it's got things in motion. And the person that she's going to have on is got her as Ms. V, getting her all excited, getting her, because there's a lot of wealth of information that's going on in there. And that person has their hands into a lot of different stuff. So yes. Monkey says, hello, welcome. Says, howdy, Miss V. So I'm guessing you guys do know each other, maybe. Glenn says, where's the mustache fella at? Well, the mustache fella is probably sitting in a chat room, or he's probably sitting in his living room playing video games in his underwear, scratching his nuts. But just saying, probably what he's doing, because he's been kind of grumpy with me the last couple of days. I don't know why. I don't know if this mustache is getting too big and he needs to trim it, or maybe the stash is trying to take over. Don't know. But I know he's all playing video games or something. Sorry about that, Glenn. You didn't get to have your stash. Hey, better yet, why don't you do like he does you? Call him. Let him know what's going on. Find out where he's at. Let me get that back up there. Hold on. Where'd it go? There it is. That's what I want to put back up there. Emery says, I'm a driver, 30 years, OTR, now administrator for TTV, and we have many drivers on our platform. Nice. We like to hear from drivers. We like to hear what's going on, what they think we might need to change, or you know what I mean? Stuff like that. We are more than willing to sit here and have those conversations because that's what we like. We like conversations. And that's what this show's about. It's the lifestyle and the living of trucking. We do that. I also do towing. As you can see, I got another platform for that. And then he says, yes, I know of Miss V, seen her videos. Yes, she's a very highly intelligent, college-educated woman. Yes. Know her pretty well. But she is a sweetheart. We'll say that. Glenn says, that time of the mouth, or that time of, oh, yeah, you're right. It probably is. It really probably is. So he's being grumpy. Dave says, Stash fella helped me out the day. I appreciate it. Well, good. I'm glad the Stash was able to make an appearance and help you out. Really do. I am glad. But as we're getting back on the on what's going on in Canada and the issues that are going on, they are using brutal tactics to let everybody know that the government's backing control and they're going to take over control. And the people that put them in place don't mean crap. Pretty much what's going on here. We have put them people in place to let them do what we want to make our lives better. Instead, they get in office. They listen to us the first year. Second year, they try to work on something. When we get voted back in, that's when the chaos begins, because then they go, they've already been in there 2 years. They're starting to get the little insider deals. They're getting, the hedge funds, different groups that are coming in. Hey, you do this for me, scratch my back, we'll scratch yours. And then they start getting into it and they like it because later on, and I think it's just wrong because half the government right now had their hands all over this FISA, and they knew what was going on. They knew when it hit. And it's funny, if it ain't them, it's their spouses that have made money because they have bought into the FISA deal. They actually bought stock and it's pretty much like insider trading, but they don't want to admit it that. And when they get called out on it, then they want to make a pass on it. No one can do this. We can't do that. Why argue? Y'all shouldn't be allowed to do it in the first place because y'all see it going on and you get firsthand of it before anybody else sees it. So, I'd say that's insider trading because you're getting the information first. And then you guys go buy stock, and then you let everybody else know what's going on after you got your hands full. And then you make a little deal about it, and then it explodes because everybody's running to buy and get into stocks on it. Yeah, you bought it in cheap. You made a killing. Then you turn around and start selling the shares off. Yeah, we know. And that's just the way our government has worked for the last 20 years. And it should have been changed 20 years ago. But, I can understand certain things the way they work. Ms. V says, can you explain to help me understanding the elements of the convoy here in the U.S.? All right. the elements are is there's 2 convoys that are leaving. They were supposed to be out on March 1st was the day they were going to get ready to leave. And for some reason, they upped it and moved it up to the 23rd of February. So you've got a convoy that's leaving out Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday the 23rd. Yes. No, Wednesday. I'm sorry. Wednesday. I had to look at the calendar. Wednesday, the 23rd, it rolls out from Barstow, California. And then you got another one in, oh, shoot, now my brain ain't going to work and you're going to let me know. Another one in another part of California that are rolling out. They're going to be rolling out and trying to meet up with each other. And anybody that's along the way, north, south, east, or west, can join in and be a part of the convoy. Why? But here's my thing. Why are we going to go to D.C.? And I understand. Go to D.C., make noise. But here, and let me look at this is a double-edged sword. So let me look at it on both sides. All right. One, yes, great. Truckers are going to head to D.C. But here's the other side of that sword. Why are we going to go to D.C. knowing that D.C.'s been shut down for 2 years? There is nobody there or anybody around to do that. And that's the thing. Why are we going to do that? All that does is set it up for them to sit there and say, we got another January 6th event. Not what we want. It's not what's needed. I've had some drivers sit there and say, let's go to the border, take the trucks, block the border, finish it off. You know, we can go down there and fight it that way. Good idea. But like someone else brought it up to me, they sat there and said, why are we going to do this when you got to deal with the drug cartels? You got the illegals coming across. What happens if they shoot at us, trying to stop us from doing that? You know, it's the same thing. If you go to D.C., it just gives them an upper hand to say, oh, look, people are trying to do another January 6th, and it will cause a whole nother mess. Now, I don't have anything against going to D.C. You can go to D.C., but what is it going to prove? What is it going to do? My theory is go to every capital in every state. That's where your governors and your senators and your congressmen are at. They're back in their states. They're doing Zoom calls, Vim calls. They're doing Skypes. They're not sitting in D.C. going, all right, we're going to sit here and hold council. No, they're not, because Nancy Pelosi is not allowing it to happen. She's pulling her strings and having her way like she normally does. And it's causing a major headache. And that's why I'm saying we need to think it out more clearly. I understand these guys have gotten together. They know more into it because they're the leaders of it. But from a normal person's point of view, this is what we need to do. We need to look at it and see what our best options. Because when you go to D.C. and there ain't no one there, and you're going there to do that, why? There's already a fence around D.C. There's already a fence around the Capitol. They doubled up the guards at the White House. And with it being broadcasted on Facebook and stuff like that, don't think that the government don't already know, because we've already been told that the Secret Service and the CIA have already been informed. And now the next thing they're going to do is get the FBI involved. Well, we got that way of dealing with it. Then who knows? They might send Antifa after it. Oh, you can't do this. And start it. And then, you know what I mean? An insurrection and just onto that. But I'm not going to get too far deep into that. But that's what's going on. They got it going to going to it's Freedom Convoy 2022 to DC. And I hope they are successful. And I hope they get there and do what they need to do and do it peacefully without any violence, anybody getting upset. And I hope our government does not use our own military and police against us, because then that's a tyranny act. Just saying. And it goes against the Constitution, which, hell, they've already threw it out the window in the last 2 years, and that's what they hope for. And Mr. Frank G. Trucks, Vampires out tonight. Super Brother Charles in the gang. Well, it's just Charles tonight, sir. Just tonight. Just me. And Frank G says, evening, Dave. Miss V says, I went for 5 days. A effing hat. Nothing was solved. My point exactly. You can go up there and blow horns and listen to what they say. And what they're going to do is they're going to put a political spin on it, and they're going to use it to their advantage, not ours. And make us look like the evil villains that come up here in trucks to blow horns and scare people. Exactly what they're going to do. Frank G says, fix my effing truck. Happy New Year. Well, I would fix your truck. It's just, you won't bring it to me. So that means I have to go to you. That costs money. Come on now. We're talking to a poor dirt farmer here. Just saying. Just messing with you, Frank. Love you, brother. Black Widow. Don't know exactly what that all means, but yes. Black Widow. Yeah. Ranger says all the trucks are fixed and have been. All right. So there's a separate conversation going on in that. But, you know, when I sat there and watched them sit there this morning, and I watched the video of them running the horses through and then running them, circling the police department, and then circling again, and then circling again, moving the crowd back. There was no need for the one to purposely make his horse kind of stand up and push its way through the crowd. And that was uncalled for. All right. The other was, why, if it's peaceful, why you got officers out there? And I don't mean it with nightsticks. These guys have got asp. And if you don't know what an asp is, it is looks like about a flashlight. And I'll show you. It looks about like that. But when you sling it out, 4 pieces of metal rod that comes out, and on the end of it is about the size of this cap here, and it is a round ball bearing that is welded to the end of that. And it's better known in the old days as knee breakers. Why are they got knee breakers in their hands and they're already fully extended and they're standing there up against their chest, holding them down, holding them up, their hand on the other to wait to smack? I mean, in the position they had it in was ready to smack a knee. When it does, it will shatter your kneecap. I've seen guys use them as security officers. I know 2 people that still have them. They were made, I want to say the early 2000s. They were kind of banned and they went back to the old, a different style of club. But yes, they got rid of, they were supposed to get rid of the asp. And what it does, it will tear literally beat the hell out of you. It's meant to break bones and leave welts without having to do much effort. Just saying. And that's what I seen there, and I seen them having that. And that was what irritated me, was everybody else is peaceful. So why are you bringing up the ass? What it was is, we're going to show you who's boss, and it don't matter if you're in our way or not. we're gonna beat you. And that's the way I took it. But what'd you do, Miss V? What'd you do? I know you're not blocked here. I don't know what you did, but you done something and got blocked. Well, we'll figure it out. And let's go here. Frank G says, so since C.H. Robinson announced they are spending $10 million on autonomous trucks to haul their freight, and they depend on us little guys, what ain't we boycotting the hell out of? Why ain't we boycotting the hell out of them? Yeah, you're right. Why ain't we boycotting them or any of the others for the autonomous? Because all they're doing is they're cutting drivers' throats. And if you guys get into this, all you're doing is cutting your own throat. And I mean, we got to stand up. Yes, we got to stand up for our own rights and for our doctors and our nurses and our truckers and people that work in warehouses. All our blue-collar people, we really need to stand up for. But the thing is, what is the best way to do it without having something go wrong and then automatically enforcing martial law and then turning around where you're forced in your house or you're forced into wherever they want you? Because this could open Pandora's box with this president, and it could really get out of hand real quick. And I think, just saying, my opinion, just thinking, that may be what they want. And someone's fixing to give it to them. Just saying. Because you got to look at both sides of the fence and you got to see which way, the way that, if that rolls a certain way, you may be rolling out into the water or you're going to roll into a bunch of ducks. It all depends on how you want that rock to roll. And if they got it set up to where it takes out the ducks instead of hitting the water, yeah, we're going to be in a world of mess. And I don't mean just the truckers. I don't mean just the nurses. I mean everybody, because everybody's going to have to pay the consequences because they'll make it. Even though our military ain't big enough. But don't mean our president would not have the means of calling in NATO. Because under the NATO Act, if you go back and read, yeah, they can call NATO in and actually come in and help our forces control a domestic issue. Just saying, y'all might want to pay attention to some of this stuff. That's why I read, I look up articles, and then I go and look in chapters, and I read what's things that they can do. And a lot of people don't read up on NATO, but you need to read up on the treaty, the agreement that the U.S. has with NATO, and it can get scary. Just saying. Mr. Roger McDuck, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I know you seen that toy, didn't you? It's a pretty truck. It is a pretty truck, sir. We all stand together. Yes, we do. We do. We just got to figure out what's the right angle to do it without us getting in trouble and then making them think that they need to call heavy artillery, which is basically what they're doing in Canada. They broke out the big guns. We'll get people out here on mounties on horses, and we'll get them out here standing. We'll put our SWAT guys in front of us and put the policemen and the yellow jackets behind them. Why are they in SWAT uniforms? I tell you why. They're in SWAT and bomb gear, because it can take a hit and it don't hurt. So they can actually take more of a beating and keep on going, and it don't phase them. That's why. It's the reason why you see them in the greenish, olive green uniforms. That's more like a SWAT bomb squad. Just saying. Monkey says, what are the elements of the convoy? You know, I really haven't gotten that far, Ms. V. I've just As you can tell, I'd have done more of my research like I usually do at 4 in the morning. But this morning I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I knew I had other plans. And that's why I said I brought this on so people will. I didn't want people to think that I'm like, oh, well, who gives a crap? No, I do give a crap because I want people to know of some of the knowledge. I want people to explain and talk about what they seen up there in Canada, what they seen on the news. Just like Rebel News, no one's telling you about it, but Rebel News got shot by the police today. They actually took down one of their newscasters and shot him. Just say, you won't find that anywhere. But look it up, because I've actually found the footage of it. Just say, it needs to have a specifics and a list them stand by them. Yes, they do. But I understand they're trying to keep it secrecy because of the stuff that's going on up there with the banking and the insurance and the tag readings and impounding trucks and going after people through the banking system for people that donated under different things. They really want to keep this silent, which I can understand. Not a problem. And see, the bad thing is the Canadian government hacked into a U.S. company. And that was not right. It should be listed as a terrorist attack because it was Canadian hacking into a government, hacking into a private entity company. And they ain't going to do anything about it. So, yeah, that explains a lot to what's going on there. Everyone wants to be a boss. We need leaders. Yes, there's a difference between being a boss, a leader, and a foreman. Oh, big difference. Roger says, very nice. Yes, sir, it was. I still got to go back there tomorrow and rewire about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 toggle switches. I got to rewire 2 breakers in the truck and put new breaker outlets because they've already had this stuff ordered. Got to get those in and a couple other things. So I'll be done with it tomorrow. Miss V says, I feel it's a cover up for something bigger. Yeah, it is. I will tell you, this is a test. And some of these people are failing at it real quick. And they're failing. And they're not looking at the bigger picture. You need to look at the bigger picture of what's pushing it. Where's the money coming in not for the truckers, but for the government? And where are they getting the push from? Who's pushing them to do what they're doing? That's the question. Who's pushing it? Where's the money coming from? As Frank G says, the Patriot Act and the Department of Homeland Security is all they need to put down insurrection. He's right. Right there it is. The Patriot Act. And if you remember, when did they do the Patriot Act? They did that in, what was that, 2003, 2004? Or maybe it was 2008. I know somewhere in there is when that Patriot Act went into place. And they said it's to protect citizens. It ain't there to protect us. It's to protect them. We're the elites. Or we're the expendables, as you can say. Elements of medical freedom. You're right. That's exactly what it is. But let's hope they got all their stuff, all their ducks in a row to make sure none of what I've been talking about happens. Because like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It can go great, got the good ideas, but we also know how our government and what's going on in this session of government has already already come out. What are they going to do? Come out with pitchforks and rakes at us? What are they going to do? Go up against machine guns and airplanes? Just saying. That come out of his own mouth up on stage in a news conference. Just saying. So, just to let you know, you might think, oh, he's just mumbling, talking crap. But he said it. And if that comes in effect, you'll see if he means it. Because if he means it and he does it, then you know there's... What is it? Ukraine is a problem right now. Yeah, Ukraine has its own issues. But it's its own country. Yes, NATO is supposed to try to back them up. But here's the thing. They're not a NATO ally. So it makes it kind of hard. But you got Poland and the other countries around them that are NATO allies. So we got stuff sitting in Poland and another country. And we got those done. Those guys are protected. But Ukraine, I understand they've been under a lot, been dealing with a lot of crap. And they need to get it figured out. Let's just hope Joe don't do like they did back in 2012 and say, here, we're going to send you blankets instead of sending you ammo and guns to defend yourself. We're going to give you blankets so that way your citizens can have something to keep them warm because their house got burnt or taken over. Just saying. That's what was sent over. Monkey says tag readers at weight scales are becoming the common as large gas and fuel service centers. Yeah. Yep. You're right. Card readers. Yeah. Tag readers. Yeah. They want to know where everybody's going, where they've been, if the tag has been spotted in other places. That's why they like to have red light cameras, because one, you're going to get stopped for running a red light, but two, they're running your tag and checking you out. Don't think they ain't doing a federal background check on you. Even though they say they ain't, they can't, it's not against the law. But what we know in the last 6 years of what was going on, yeah. I don't believe this. I don't believe the talking heads. I don't. That's my belief. And as John says, it's the NWO. No, man. They're down in Florida. They're chilling. They made their money for the years. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. You said it was not NWO. It's the New World Order. Yeah. All right, my bad. I misunderstood what you were saying. I was being funny. And then Mr. Roger McDucky, total smokescreen. Yeah, exactly what it is. It's a total smokescreen. It's to get everybody to be occupied on what's going on overseas so they forget about what they're doing here. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on here, that's when you start losing half of your stuff. And it's just the way they got it set up. It really is. It's the way they got it planned. And as Monkey says, Monk E says, great point, Frank. Great point. And it's true. And I'll go back in here. Roger McDuck says, I've seen very little badges on those officers in Canada. Yeah, I know. They're pretty much hired mafia. Just saying. Oh, well, we couldn't find enough police officers, so we rounded up some good people to help us out. Yeah. Who knows who they are, what country they're from. Because I've seen a few of them that look like they could be French. Some of them that could be like they're from Cuba. Just saying. And if they brought up people and flew them in overnight from Cuba to Canada, hang on, because what Cuba sent was not peaceful people. Just saying. Mr. John Freest, the teddy bear, he says it don't protect services, just gave government a way to control, and that was put in during Obama time. That was the last thing he was finishing under martial law before Trump came in. There's a man that knows. There's a man right there, Mr. John Freese, right there that I'm pointing at. That man knows. That man is no monkey on a branch. That man knows. That man knows his stuff in and out. And he reads it, studies it, analyzes it. I mean, yeah, it's just the way John is. Medical freedom being controlled, literally. Yes, they don't care. You know, they're violating the HIPAA law when they sit there and tell you, you need to tell us if you're vaccinated or not. No, you're in violation of the law that's already written. So why are you forcing me to give you and tell you something that is against the law and I don't have to? Well, because we're under a pandemic. No, we're not. We're in an endemic, and get your story straight. What does this say? Her, the lady who got the shot today. I don't know who got the shot today. I don't know. Tag readers, traffic control. Yeah. And they'll read your tag and tell you. They'll read your tag and find out everything about you. Because trust me, we used to use tag readers for doing repossessions in Florida. I used to run around with 3 cameras on the car. Each camera, one in the front, and one was pointed one direction, one was pointed on the other, and then there was 2 more in the back. But we only had one because the camera quit working. But we had 4 cameras total on that car, and you can run through the parking lots in the strip malls, businesses, because if it's out in public and you got public access, yeah, it's a free game. And they would read the tag. They would tell us, and I would tell you, it'd tell you the bank you got your loan in. It'd tell you who owned the car, whose driver's license number it is. I mean, it goes through the full detail of everything on every car that it reads. And hell, you could read up to 300 cars, and within 24 hours, you'll have a hit for probably 15 of them. And they'll tell you to go and pick them up. Yeah. Because banks will be like, oh, yeah, they owe us the money. Can you go get it? Instead of us sending it because you spotted the car. And then when you do, you can actually go back in the computer, scroll down, look at where you've seen it on the GPS, and you can go right back to where that location is the next day, snag the car, and then they go, what the hell happened? Someone stole my car. No, it's because they repossessed it. But it's the same thing. It's the same tag readers, and they read your tag, and they'll tell you everything that's about you and everything else that's going on. Frank G says, good luck and good night, brothers and sisters. Have a great weekend. You too, Frank. You have a good one. I'm sorry I got a boring show tonight, and it's not hip-hopping, but I ain't got my full crew with me tonight. They're taking their time off tonight and enjoying themselves. What, Miss B? I'm funny. How am I? I know I'm funny looking. I mean, I get that. I'm just a old poor boy in overalls. What's that? Just saying. I might be funny looking. Let's see what John says. John says, did you see what happened in the Germany video? No, I did not, John. I've been busy working today trying to redo wiring in the truck. My time was occupied of dealing with 32 degrees and outside and just my overalls and a long sleeve shirt over my white shirt. And that's what I had today. So yeah, I was out in the cold trying to work on this thing. I didn't have time to pick up no phone, to be looking at no videos. I know I did a live this morning when I went on. I did that to let everybody know that I'm live kicking and what I was working on. It's empty right now. What's empty right now? I don't know. Germany's empty right now. The streets of Canada are empty right now. That's because they ran everybody off, and they didn't. And the ones that did not want to get arrested left. So, like the one said, they're going to where? Quebec. They're going to Quebec, Canada. So now they're going to go over to Quebec and see what happens over there. John, I didn't send out no links, and it'll take me a minute to get a link out there and try to put it up. If you give me a minute, I will try to send you a link. Give me a minute, sir. Monkey says the journalist in Canada was a woman that shot in the leg. Yeah, and that was for Rebel News. Shot in the leg. Yeah. Yep. And as she says, public knowledge. John says, I'll be back in a little bit going to help Alicia. What are you going to help Alicia for? She's a big girl. She can handle it. So, that's what we got going on. What does Monkey say? Monkey says it's a blank. Did your brain go on a blank again? Did it have a brain fart? Sorry, Miss B. Just being funny. So while we're talking about that, let me go to a video. Get a video going here. Actually, I'm going to put in my sponsor. And Mr. Vin Brown, I did do a commercial. It is on TikTok. And I got another one for you. But this is on Visible. What it will do to some dirty, nasty trucks. Bullsnot, the way to get it done. And that's right, because I mean, that stuff is supposed to be a glass cleaner, and on stainless steel chrome, I mean, it's a miracle what that stuff does. I have other videos that I got to get put up on here. I got some of them that are 5 to 15 minutes long of me trying to figure out what would not work and what to disavow this product. And I mean, I've had the tire butter, the Visible, which is the windshield cleaner. I've had Vanishable, which is no Vanishable there. I've had Dashable, used it. It's an inside detailer. That stuff works like a miracle. And then I had Hideable. Now that stuff really does smell like real leather. Oh, and when you put it on, it will clean the leather, and I mean make it down to spotless. And when you look at it, it's nice and shiny, but you can take your hand, and there is no slick, oily residue on this thing. It's just, it is awesome. I mean, I'm telling you, I live by the stuff now, and I wouldn't use any other cleaning product on my personal truck or on this other truck that I'm working on. That's what I was using it on because I wanted to get a test and put it through its paces because a lot of that was salt and soot from the exhaust. And just telling you, that thing just cleaned up real well. So we're going to hear from our sponsor, for tonight's show, Mr. Bullsnot himself.
Today I want to talk to you about one of our products called Visible. Visible is a glass cleaner. It will break down any organic materials. That's the reason it's different than all your other glass cleaners currently on the market. What you do is you spray it, leave it 15 seconds, and wipe off. It works. It's excellent for bugs, and all of us know how difficult bugs are to get off. And it's pine tar resin, bird droppings, anything that's organic. Spray Visible on it, leave it 15 seconds, wipe it off, and it's safe for chrome, stainless steel, even painted surfaces. So don't hesitate to spray it in other places other than glass and mirrors. You'll even take off the cigarette film on the inside of your glass of your truck. So if a trucker, previous trucker smokes or you smoke, and you get that tar build up on the inside of your windshield, spray Visible on it.
Sorry you caught me in the middle of that. But yeah, that product, Visible, it does an awesome job. Where was the other one? All right, so we're gonna go with something with a little sense of humor here, just to make everybody laugh, have a good time. I think this is where'd it go? Where did he go? Oh, right there. All right, everybody, have a good laugh.
Emergency. I hear shots! Okay, ma'am, calm down. What kind of shots?
Central. So she did confirm that somebody answered the ratatas with a pew pew pews. Okay, I'm gonna need some backup starting my way. Let her know I'm coming. Can you check call history for that area and let me know if they're fond of our wee wee woos or if they are anti our wee wee woos, if you catch my drift. Because I'm really counting on my wee wee woos to help diffuse the situation as I'm showing up. Because I only got a couple bang bang bangs on me. And listen, I don't need to show up with my wee wee woos and the ratatas and the pew pew pews join sides and then my bang bangs don't go too far, okay? Because I'm not rat-a-tat-tat or pew-pew-pew proof, okay?
And just to give you a little bit of comedy, and I just wanted y'all to break it up for a minute. And I will give a shout out to East End Rental. Anybody that needs a piece of equipment in the North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee area on the Eastern Seaboard, look up East End Rental at east10rental.com and go to their website, or you can actually call them. I don't have their number in front of me, but talk to Scott Van or Kevin. I call him the Bearded Wonder. Great people, very, very great people. Or Jason or one of them. Them guys will take care of you. But yeah, they're great people, great prices, and they'll bend over backwards to help you out and get what you need. So just saying, shout out to East End, shout out to Scott, Van, Kevin, Jason, all my boys over there. Yep. John Free says, I'm back. Monkey says, Bullsnot. That's right. Bullsnot. I'm telling you, I love that product. When I got told to give it a try and do whatever I could to throw at it to disembowel it, to make it not work. The only way I can make it not work is if I take a lighter and hold it down and let it spray and then ignite it. I have not been able to come across anything that does not make the tires shine, that it don't make the seats look good and smell good. The Blastable's got a nice pine. I want to say, to me, it smells like a pine saw smell, but it's actually got a really nice fragrance that you can actually enjoy smelling it, and it lasts for hours. And let's see, right here, it's Blastable. Blastable, right there. This right here. It's a odor eliminator, and I use it. Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's that nice pine smell. Love it. Good stuff. Can't go wrong with it. It's in between a pledge and a lemon scented. I mean, it just smells that good. Let's see. I want to see how that horn is mounted. Which one? Because I can tell you where one is. It's mounted underneath passenger side where it would be a battery box. It's actually a toolbox, but it's a step. And it's mounted right there on the frame, facing down underneath the fender skirting there for the hood. That's where one of the horns, they're not on top. That's why it looks nice and clean. John says, I wonder when you get that from, or where you get that from. Well, I would say you could get it from me, but right now that would not be a good thing because with me having to pay property taxes and everything else, I ran short on funds for me to be able to purchase set items and have them shipped here or have them shipped to you. But you can, damn it. I'll send a link to you, John, and you can also go buy it at Amazon, Bass Pro Shop, or any of the Pilot Flying J's. They actually have it in the Pilot Flying J's. Bull Snot is in there. It is also in, like I said, Pilot Flying J's. It's in the Bass Pro Shops, and it's also in on Amazon. You can find, I think, 6 or 7 of the products. She's actually got 10 of them. 2 of them are still in the working process, but I'm telling you, good stuff. The Greasable, you can have that be freezing ice snowstorm outside. Your locks could be frozen. If you sprayed the Greasable up in there before it did all that, it don't matter how cold it gets out there. We've had it down here. I think it was -2 here, probably a little over a month and a half ago. I had to go outside, go out to my building. I had to get a tool, and I'm going, crap, this thing's going to be frozen. But me forgetting that I already sprayed Greasable on it and stuck the key in it, just barely turned it, bling, broke the ice off of it, everything. So I'm telling you, it's good stuff. And that stuff is used for fishing rods, boat trailers, chains, anything. And it's also waterproof. So, I mean, a lot of guys use it on their boats for fishing. They use it on their hand crank winches. Or if they got an electric winch put on there, they usually spray it down on the cable and let it work itself in because it's one hell of a product. Love it. Monkey says horns. Yep. Roger McDuck goes, yes. Let's see what we got. John Freeze says, I won't buy it from Amazon. I don't support them. Okay. You can find it at Bass Pro Shop, and you can also find it at your TA Pilots. They're supposed to be picking up Loves, so I knew that was a while back, but just double check. But they may have it at Loves too, at the Love truck. There's truck stop near you. You forget it's -45 below zero. Yeah. No, I already know it's cold. I didn't want to have to think about it because even thinking about it gives me chills. And it's bad enough that we go -2. I know I was here 2 years ago and it went -9. That's cold. Yeah, that's cold. Monkey says, trumpets. That's right. Exactly what train horns are. They are trumpets. Trumpets. Well, folks, I know I've gone an hour and a half and we're getting into some of this. But as you can see, I am getting tired. And I really don't want to give you guys a bad show. And I don't want to be sitting here nodding off and being rude to y'all because y'all deserve better than that. So I am going to say I'm going to call it a night. I will speak to y'all tomorrow. And if you want, John, if I don't have any issues, it'd probably be better if you called me tomorrow, John. I was going to say you can call me tonight, but I might fall asleep on you. And I'm just saying, giving you a heads up. But yeah, every one of these guys here, Monkey Murray can call me. She's got my number. Roger McDucky, he's got my number. Joe, I haven't given you my number, so no one's ever asked. But if you want it, it is actually on the left lane with Lefty page. When you go to hit contacts and it says contact info, the number's right there. So just to let y'all know, y'all can look it up there and find it. But yeah, half of these people have my numbers. I talk to these people daily, day in, day out. And I mean, you can hear my phone going off. And I mean, my messenger is slam full. See all them? They're all on there. Messenger slap full. And I mean, hang on. It's no joke. And as I flip it up, you can see it. And I mean, I can scroll up and they keep going. And I talk to these people daily. Yeah. And I mean, you can see it still scrolling. I mean, it's no joke. I mean, it's there, it's scrolling. But yeah. Yep, hold on. I got one more. Where did that one come from? Somebody sent me a message and I didn't see it. Oop, where'd it go? Nope, not there. Oh, there it is. I found it. All right. Yep, there we go. And I got a few others in here. Sorry about that. I got Glenn. He's giving me, he's got all kinds of things. He wanted me to show y'all his beautiful picture with his buddy's truck. There's his truck. There's his buddy's truck. Yeah, his is the tan one. It's a beautiful, gorgeous Pete. Yeah. Can't beat it. Both of them are gorgeous, even though the one's green, one's that off-white. Both of them are gorgeous trucks. Yep. So I'm back there. Glenn sent me stuff. Monkeys has sent me some new ones. Yep. I mean, look at this. I mean, guys, I'm not kidding. I get information on it daily, nonstop. So, on that note, let's see what John said. Better what? Hold on. All right. Mr. Dave Newland says good night. Joe Washire says good night, sir, and thanks. You're welcome, John or Joe. Roger McDuck says see ya later. See you later, Mr. Roger McDucky. John says thumbs up. I'm parked all day tomorrow until Monday morning at 1 a.m. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow, John. I'll be able to have more free time. My brain will be awake. Just saying. Look at the teddy bear was number one. You see that? Yeah, you're right. You were, John. You seen that. You spotted it. You're right. Monkey says, better jav me on there. Better java me on there. Okay, I'll java you. Is that you way of telling me I am needy? What? Who? What? I ain't telling you you're needy. God, no, you ain't needy. We know that. Not for a strong, independent woman like you. You're definitely not needy. But I will be getting with you two tomorrow and going to this system and trying to see if we can't work the groups together and the platforms. So on that note, I know you're laughing because you're out in Vegas and you're just laughing at me, and I can't run over there and say, hey, stop laughing at me. So I love you, Miss V. Love you, John. Y'all have a good night. And everybody else that's watching, I am sorry. But we went an hour and a half, and that ain't bad for me being dead tired on my feet. So I just wanted to get on here, explain a little bit, talk a little bit about what was going on. But see y'all on Monday. Bye, guys. Where'd it go?
Truck drivers don't talk about how hard it is to walk out the front door, knowing it could be weeks before we see our families again, or how we promise our kids we'll be back when we know there's a chance that we may not. Calling up an old friend to talk about old times, but all they want to talk about is last weekend when you were 1,000 miles away. Working a long 14-hour day, backing in and shutting down. Open up social media just to see family and friends gathering. Makes you feel like life could go on without you. These are the burdens that we bear.